Welcome back to the Raleigh Oaks Baseball Club here on OOTP 25. As you can see, the Raleigh Oaks are sitting pretty at the top of the Southern Division, as always. 2.5 games in front of the St. Louis Cardinals. You can see here there's some decent competition here. I mean, it goes all the way down to the Rays, even the Braves. Even the Braves have a winning record down here, 11 games back at 28 and 27. If we take a look at the expanded standings and go down to the Southern Division, you can see we have a plus 112 run differential, which is obviously the best among the Southern Division teams. I'd imagine it's the best in the league. It is indeed. The only team even close to us is the Los Angeles Angels with a plus 92 run differential. They're second place. They're kind of getting screwed out of their Pythagorean here at minus 5. I also noticed that we are 14-1 against left-handed pitching. Do not throw a left-hander against us. 21-4 at home, protecting Raleigh. Love to see it. We're 8-2 in our last 10, currently on a W3. And if you take a look here at this team stats page, the season got off to an okay start. It was fine, 14-12 in April, but then here in May, you can see we have just been running roughshod on teams. 25-4. You take a look at the May schedule here. I mean, just look at the W's. Just W after W after W. Sweep of Cleveland. Beat the White Sox. Sweep the Astros. Beat the Twins. Sweep the Brewers. Sweep the Cubs. Beat the Tigers. Sweep the Reds. Beat the Blue Jays. And then we start a series against the Miami Marlins, which we are now in the midst of here, winning the first game of that one. So back to the team stats here. Lots of ones on the page, as you can see. 1-1-1-1-1-1, just all the way down the board, except for walks. For whatever reason, we're not walking a ton this season. Maybe that's because Langarisa is currently hurt, which we will get into, but, I mean, everything else is really, really good. Literally the best in the National League in every single category, except for walks. And then when it comes to pitching, we are literally first in the National League in every single category except for starters ERA, which we're 6th, which is still very respectable. And then 15th, we're just walking too many guys, which definitely is going to have to be something that we figure out as the season goes on, because we cannot have that happening when we get to the playoffs. And then before we actually get into how the team is doing so far this season, I should mention that we have some injuries. Luis Flores, the guy who came over from Texas, the reliever, he pitched like 4 games, 3 1/3 innings, and blew out his rotator cuff. Torn rotator cuff, not great. 6 months, he's out for the season. Kurt Holmes just recently got hurt, 1 to 2 weeks with an oblique strain. He's been on the IL for like a day. He was pitching very well, as Kurt Holmes does. He'll be back at some point soon. And then Daniel Langarisa had like a 2 to 3 week strained groin, and I was just like, we're not going to play him through that. So we're just going to bench him, put him on the IL, he'll rest, he'll come back fresh, and get back to doing what he does at the top of our order. So taking a look at the pitching staff here, you can see 1 to 5 in the rotation. Pretty decent. Cincamani hasn't been great, though. Dickerson hasn't been great. They could be better. That is the one thing that definitely when you look at our team stats, it's the starters ERA was only 6th. So not a lot of great happening in the rotation, but I'm confident that as the season goes on, our talent will win out. Morales has been really good, though. Mendoza's been good enough. Graham's been solid-ish. Dickerson and Cincamani have struggled, but I'm hopeful that they'll turn things around as the season goes on. They're also giving up too many home runs. We would like to see that come down. That's probably a big reason why they're struggling. Then when it comes to the bullpen, if we take a look, let's just sort by innings pitched here. You can see Luis Carmona leads our bullpen members in innings pitched, of course, 48 innings. He already has a 2 WAR, 261 ERA plus, a 28 FIP minus, and he's striking out over half of the batters that he's facing. What can you even say about this guy at this point? Jameer Clyte also having a great season so far, 28 1/3 innings pitched for him. Juan Orozco, 28 2/3 innings pitched for him. He's been solid. He's striking out a decent amount of guys. He is walking too many. Him, the starters, and Eberth are really contributing to our walk issue, I feel like, or definitely are. Also, Orozco, or no, this is a Broadhead, as you can see here. Broadhead, really good ERA plus, not so great FIP minus. And that's probably because he's giving up way too many home runs, which is annoying because he's a ground ball pitcher with a 65 home runs allowed rating. I'm hoping it's just rookie jitters and something will click for him and he'll eventually figure things out. But for right now, he's having a tough time when it comes to limiting home runs. But we're gonna let him figure it out. We might take him out of the stopper role, but for now, he's gonna stay in that role. I mean, we could. You know what? We're gonna drop him out. We're gonna drop him out. Go into middle relief. We'll go middle relief use more often, though, with stopper secondary, and then we'll put Jameer Clyte in that left-handed stopper role with the high leverage going on because he's been our second best reliever. Let's reward him with that possibility. So, yeah, Broadhead will drop down. Josephat has been decent with the FIP, kind of gotten a bit unlucky with the 375 BABIP, and he's given up too many home runs. Eberth, you could see here, he's come up because of one of the injuries, and I just thought he was one of our best options available. He just hasn't been that great. We're probably going to avoid high leverage on him just so he can figure things out, maybe improve a bit, but hopefully he does. And then Dusty Powell has been really good in his limited time. He's kind of in that Kurt Holmes role where he just comes in, throws one inning, gets the job done, and then goes back to the dugout. And then Juan Canis, we just called him up because of the Kurt Holmes injury. So Juan Canis was down in AAA, pitching very well in their rotation. We called him up to be a reliever here. He's got the ratings that you would be like, he should be able to hang. Hopefully he can. And then flipping things over to the hitting side of things, if we sort by WAR, we have multiple guys with 2 WAR already. Luis Rodriguez with a 2.9, 177 WRC plus, 14 doubles, 17 home runs, 35 runs driven in, 38 runs scored. He's walking 7.2% of the time, striking out less than 15, slashing 338, 396, 682, and he also has 13 stolen bases while playing a solid left field. Luis Rodriguez, tearing the world on fire. Santiago Tapia also continues to just be like, you look at his ratings and you're like, he's good, but he's not like what he usually does, and he's just like, fuck you, I'm insane. For whatever reason, 142 WRC plus, 12 doubles, 10 home runs, he's swiping 14 bags. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Eric Olehar coming off the bench, he's on fire with a 1.9 WAR, a 184 WRC plus, walking a ton, doing the damn thing. Vince Yates is clobbering the ball off the bench with a 155 WRC plus and a 1.6 WAR. 12 home runs as a bench player. Love to see it. Rocky Gusty's been hitting for us. Luis Griego's been hitting for us. Juan Ramirez has been hitting. Caffin's got a triple-digit WRC plus. The ZR is worrying, though, as you can see here. It is negative. Don't know what's going on there. But even with that, we still have the best defense in the National League. Juan Amancio has a 73 WRC plus for whatever reason. I'd like to see that get turned around because obviously Juan Amancio is too good of a player to be having that low of a WRC plus. Vizcaíno has been solid. He did get hurt for a little bit, but he is back now, and hopefully he can continue to keep hitting well. Bartolomeo, our backup catcher, has been solid as Amancio's backup, which is good since he struggled so much, and Bartolomeo has been good. Jesus Pineda has struggled in the hitters side of things, but is not in the defensive side of things. He is playing a decent center field. And then Broadhead has been like whatever at the plate. We called up Eggerson as well because of the Langerisa injury. So Broadhead has been actually playing at DH every day ever since Langerisa has gone down. And he's solid enough. He's in the 9-hitter hole, get some experience, figure things out. So now, jumping into the first-year player draft here in 2045, we of course have the dead last pick in 34th because we won the World Series back-to-back seasons. So, let's get into this. The number 1 overall pick this season goes to the Texas Rangers, and they are taking Dan Big Chief Inman, a 18-year-old starting pitcher. I'm just clicking on all the wrong things over here. 18-year-old starting pitcher out of Cadillac, Michigan. Another one of these funny things where he's committed to Toledo. That definitely would happen. The guy getting taken #1 overall in the MLB draft would definitely be committed to Toledo. Once again, I love that. I think it's very cool. I think it's quirky. It's much better than just seeing, oh, we went to Vandy? Oh, never seen that before. You went to Tennessee? Oh, who could imagine? So moving on to our selection here, 34th overall. All the big guns are obviously gone. When it comes to college players, there is a 60 potential college player here. I don't really think he's that great, though. So then if we just go to all players, our scout thinks that we should take Mike Frey, a high school outfielder who is definitely just a corner outfielder. I don't think that... I mean, nothing here is really too intriguing for me jumping out. I mean, this guy, no, he's more of a slap hitter. He's got some power to him. I like this guy. He's a really good third baseman. It looks like he could be an outfielder, too. Really good, like, corner outfield type. I think that guy could be interesting. I really don't like this. Kid's got no grind to him whatsoever. He's just born with a golden spoon in his fucking mouth. But, that being said, he does look like one of the best players available here, and we might end up taking him. Or we take this high school pitcher, which I know I've kind of sworn off high school pitchers, but I mean, I think this guy could be good if he develops. And that is who they think we should take if we go pitcher. So really, down to me, I think it's either Steve Estes or Zach Boateng. And I mean, I think the personality is going to give it to Boateng. We're going to take Zach Boateng here, meet his demands, move things on to round 2. Steve Estes is gone. And our scout recommends that we take Kevin Hare, who is a reliever. This guy is not a starter, he is a reliever. This guy, I think, is the obvious choice here, simply because he has the possibility to be a starter as well. Or maybe not a starter, but just a pitcher. His stuff is god-awful, but he's got really, really good control and possibly some good movement to go with it. Might be one of those guys who outperforms his stuff. And he's got 70 power potential. So Bobby Spencer, I believe, is going to be our second-round pick here. California kid committed to San Diego State. We are going to take him. Boom. Move things on to round 3. Our scout thinks that we should take Juan de los Santos, who is much more of a viable starter prospect. I mean, we might be interested in him. College players, there's a couple 50 guys here. This guy's interesting. Are there any, like, standout defenders? Yes, but I don't know if I want to take him in the 3rd round. I definitely like Skeens more than him. This guy can play both the infield and the outfield, but he can only play second base because he can't throw the goddamn ball. He's also only a 40 potential. What about infielders? Or outfielders, rather. There's an 80 grade range in the outfield. He's a pitcher? Okay, he's a fake 80. He's a fake 80 grade range. This guy is interesting enough. There's like a couple college guys who have really good defensive ratings, but I don't know if I want to take them now. I think I am leaning towards somebody like De Los Santos. Or, I mean, this guy's a switch hitter, power hitter. You could just bet on the power developing. I like this guy, Zach Gibson here. We love these high BABIP, gap power, speed profiles, but he's more of just a left fielder, first base, which I don't really love. I'd love something a bit more versatile. And I mean, now we're already getting down to the 50s. So, Chris Hansen can't play any defense. He's durable. We like that. I mean, this guy could be like a really good second, third baseman. With this power, if this power develops with this contact, good speed profile too. I think it's either Santiago Tercios or Juan de los Santos. His scouting profile is a number 3 starter. Tercios is solid contender. He's had some pluses recently. He's been up and down. We're going to take De Los Santos. Yeah, we're taking Juan De Los Santos here. Third round, move things on. Tercios got taken. The other guy got taken. So there is still this guy who isn't going to be as good of a shortstop as he could be with 75 range because he only has 50 arm. And we don't love that. Honestly, this guy's... You know who this guy is? This guy is a more powerful Darwin Barney. That's who this guy is. Oregon State and everything. But yeah, I don't think we want to take him even. Maybe we do. I don't know. Because, I mean, there's not really too many guys here. We do like this. I do like this. I don't love the eye. I love the personality class, though. He's got the Holy Trinity here, plus leader. But he can't play any defense. He's never going to walk. Not a fan of that. TJ Roseman. This guy's very interesting. Honestly, we like this guy. I'm taking this guy. Santiago Castillo here. Puerto Rican. Committed to Missouri State. I like his bat. Decent enough glove. I don't think... Is it better than Roseman? Yeah. He's definitely better than Roseman. I mean, I guess Roseman has the better bat slightly, but Castillo's got him on the edge with defensively, and then Roseman's got that 80 speed too, but defensively it is Castillo. I mean, maybe not, because I'd say Roseman could play you a really good third base. Yeah, I think we want TJ Roseman. TJ Roseman's going to be our guy. We're taking him. Move things on. We're here in round 5. Is Castillo still here by chance? I don't believe he is. Scouting director thinks we should take Pat Street. I disagree. I'm kind of tempted to either take... No. I mean, he looks like he could be good, but we've gotten that from late round guys. I'm either tempted to bank on this 75 power or take this guy with the really good personality class and hope that this really develops, because neither of them are really going to play any defense whatsoever. But I think we have to bank on the power. I just think we do. We're taking him. Moving things on to round 6. Segura's still here. We're going to take him, and then we're going to move things on to the rest of the draft. Alrighty, we have reached the end of the 2045 first-year player draft. We did the first 6 picks. We took Boateng, Spencer, De Los Santos, Roseman, Lorion, and then Segura. And then from 7 through 20, we took David Vega, a infielder. Looks like he could be a potential utility guy, too, to play some outfield as well. Decent defensively across the board. Decent enough bat, durable injury proneness, has high adaptability as well. Then in round 8, we took Kevin Rothbaum. Really good defensive shortstop, slap hitter type guy. Round 9, we took a catcher / first baseman in Frank Figueroa. Then we took a left fielder with 70 grade power. At this point in the draft, it was just like, hey, he's got a tool like that, might as well take it. In round 11, we took Jared Baker. Looks like he has a decent bat, corner outfield type. We're just going to, once he signs, we're going to immediately put him in left field. And then around 12, we took another catcher in Frank Hurtado. Decent enough, just catch the minor leagues. Round 13, we took a reliever who has a really good fastball circle change mix, possibly, with some really good movement and stuff. He just has no clue where it's going. And then in round 14, Steve Wallace, another guy with big stuff. Just, one tool stands out to me. I'm taking it at this point in the draft. He's got big stuff. That's simple as that. Round 15, decent stuff. Really good personality class. Dave Cesario. Round 16, we took Alex Gane. Once again, 2 good pitch mix. Decent stuff. Good personality class. Welcome to the organization. 17, he's got the Holy Trinity. He's Canadian. Why not? His name's Ford. Round 18, Sean Horn. Holy Trinity. Hopefully develops. Who knows? Maybe he gets a dev boost. Round 19, Ignacio Espinoza. Really good personality class with a leader as well. Welcome to the organization. And then around 20, once again, really good personality, high leader. a guy from UMass. Shout out Amherst, Dinosaur Jr., and that's our round 20 pick.